Okay, the next important step. Babies. Babies absorb information at an astonishing rate that nobody seems to take advantage of, as far as I can tell. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the Illuminati families do that. Anyway, so what's going on with babies is they're absorbing information at a huge rate, especially from when they're born until they're 6 months old, right? But up until they're 2 years old, but especially the first 6 months, they're absorbing. You basically absorb more information in those first 6 months and learn more in that first 6 months than you do in the whole of the rest of your life. Now that's applicable to everyone, or at least you're capable of. So those first 6 months of learning and extending to the 2 years are crucial to a person's mental development and awareness, and that as they grow up. So a way of utilising this and getting the benefit of it, maximising the potential here, is to take your baby around whilst let it observe the setting up of a permaculture system, so that it can watch it over a period of time as it's growing, seeing what people are doing, hearing people talk about it, plan it, all that sort of stuff, so that it knows what's going on and why it's all going on. And what if it watches all that? You might think it's a baby and it can't understand you. It understands a lot more than you give it credit for. You should talk to it as though it's learning a huge amount and it's just as intelligent as you or more, because you've been dumbed down. You haven't had this good experience to enable you to learn as much as you are capable of learning. We've been incredibly dumbed down. My childhood, my first 6 months, I did not learn very much at all. And I look back on it now and I see how my parents have made such terrible mistakes as far as teaching me, because basically they've had the same thing themselves, but they haven't learned anything. They've lived very insular existences from when they're first born and not given a chance to really learn anything about anything. And so they grow up and they're totally thick, really stupid, and they don't see anything. Okay? If you're like that yourself, just try. If you don't want your children to be like it, then you've got to get out with your children and get in places where they're able to watch and learn and use their senses to absorb what's going on. They can absorb a huge amount of information in a very small amount of time. And just putting them in the correct environment for them to learn what is going to be good for them to learn is like you're going to get amazing results. It's much better. You're going to get much better results doing that than if you don't do that and then you send them to the best schools. If you give them if you utilise that first 6 months up to 2 years in the best way you can. It doesn't matter what schooling they get after that. They're always going to be very intelligent, very grounded. It's also about the way the parents of this baby react towards each other as well. They need to be working harmoniously together, not arguing, not fighting, being happy, smiling a lot. Babies love smiling. It makes them feel good and secure. They're very aware of all what's going on around them. So it's important for those first 2 years, especially, to create as good a pleasant environment as you can, to encourage learning, encourage well-being, and this will have huge knock-on effects. You do this for your children, and you'll. I don't even know where to begin to tell you all the benefits that are going to come out of it, but they're going to be huge.